Tomorrow in the lab, you will perform the decomposition of copper carbonate in order to demonstrate what happens. So the aim of the investigation is to demonstrate that copper carbonate decomposes to carbon dioxide gas and calcium oxide. To begin, spoon about 5 centimeters of solid copper carbonate into a sidearm test tube. That means imagine holding a ruler against the sidearm test tube and add your copper carbonate until you think that the level of the solid would reach about the 5 centimeter mark on that ruler. If you want to bring a ruler into the lab and actually do this, then that would be fine. Next, fit a rubber stopper into the sidearm test tube and clamp it at an angle over a Bunsen burner. That's really important. We'll discuss that during our risk assessment, and I'll show you what I mean on a diagram in a moment. Next, half fill a test tube with lime water and stand this test tube in a test tube rack. Insert the rubber hose from the sidearm test tube into the lime water so that it's submerged. Then light the Bunsen burner and heat the copper carbonate very strongly using that noisy blue heating flame for 2 to 3 minutes until the powder turns black. Once the powder has turned black, there is nothing more to see, so there's no point in continuing to heat it. Then you turn off the Bunsen. As soon as you turn off the Bunsen, very quickly remove the rubber tubing from the lime water and just allow it to dangle in the air. Then don't unclamp your glassware. Just let it cool down slowly over the next 15 or 20 minutes. So here's an example of the setup that we need to see tomorrow. Notice that the sidearm test tube, the test tube with the delivery tube attached to it, is not pointed vertically over top of the Bunsen burner. In this case, it's actually horizontal. It's at a 90-degree angle. It doesn't have to be a 90-degree angle, but it needs to be probably at least 45 degrees or more. And that's to prevent the heat from the Bunsen burner burning the rubber inside the clamp and also burning the rubber stopper. Also, to avoid suck back, the delivery tube or rubber tubing must be lifted from the lime water as soon as heating ends. The suck back can occur in only a matter of a couple of seconds. So it's really, really important that you remove that test tube straight away. Now, the hazards involved in this activity are associated with the fact that we are heating so strongly. First of all, if you fail to put enough of an angle on your sidearm test tube, we're all going to smell burning rubber pretty quickly. And burning rubber produces toxic fumes. So I say again, make sure that you have your sidearm test tube at an angle of 45 degrees or more. Glass cooled very, very quickly will shatter. And the Bunsen burner is a source of ignition. The glassware and all of the metal in this case is going to get very hot. So to prevent yourself and others from getting hurt, again, only heat the sidearm at an angle with the rubber stopper pointed away from you and others. Allow the glass to cool very slowly. Do not immerse it in water when you're finished. Also, remove the rubber tubing from the lime water because the suck back will bring the cold lime water into the sidearm test tube that is still really, really hot. And that difference in temperature could also be enough to cool our glass too quickly, causing our sidearm test tube to shatter. Girls, please tie your hair back carefully, including all those wispy bits around your face. And boys, wear an apron, please, to secure your tie. Also, assume that all equipment is very hot and approach with caution. The disposal here is not complicated. You can pour your lime water down the sink when you're finished with it, and you can tip that black copper oxide powder that you have formed into the big brown bottle on the back bench. We'll see you in class tomorrow.